The corporate boyfriend is a term I coined for a very insidious and omnipresent system in our society. Whether it's designed or evolved, it's a system to create the mental and emotional enslavement of women, and yet trying to point it out, even though it is everywhere, and it is obvious when you realize what it is. It's very hard to notice at first. See, for us men, we're too analytical to even believe that such a thing could work. It would never work on us. And because we tend to parcel things into discrete individual amounts, we can't see the whole system. In the case of women, women are so emotionally intuitive that they can notice when other women have fallen prey to this, but they can't see the logic to the entire thing. It's easy to notice individual cases of it, but not the bigger picture, because both of us are a little bit limited given how we think about things. So to introduce the concept, let's look at the ideal man and the ideal woman. Like what is mankind at its best, at its greatest? For a man to be a great man is to pursue achievement, is to have a dream, a plan, a goal that you're trying to accomplish, to explore a territory, to build a house, to be a great playwright. It's to have a dream and a goal and a plan, and to go out and achieve this bit by bit and get there. For the woman, what a woman finds at her greatest is a man that she can love and admire and support him in his goals and be his partner and be that nurturer, and for both of them to come together and be this great team that goes out and accomplishes something. On the broader level, you get the community of these people living life to the fullest. And so the men will naturally form a hierarchy. The men will team up, have a goal, and build a civilization. The women, meanwhile, will network. They'll be the intuitive ones, the emotionally aware ones that get together and form churches and form support groups and make sure that this is a healthy, vibrant society. That is the ideal world for our species. So let's look at the men. Let's look at how masculinity goes wrong, because it's far easier for us to criticize men nowadays. When masculinity goes wrong, it's the Skinner box. It's the video game. Instead of the man going out there and trying to achieve some great thing, he tries to get a character in World of Warcraft up to the highest possible level. Instead of obsessing over designing the perfect machine, he obsesses over min-maxing the perfect character, in collecting 20 Yeti pelts to get a bonus, into spending hours and hours pursuing this pointless task to achieve a bunch of numbers on a computer screen. A lot of men are falling prey to this, or are obsessing about having the social marker, about having, the biggest house or the biggest car, as opposed to achieving something great. It's a very masculine form of manipulation and degeneration. And I don't think I need to explore that much further, because this is a widely recognized form of men going wrong. When women go wrong, it's in a completely different manner. And it all boils down to the fact that when a woman has a man that she loves and admires, she devotes herself utterly to that man. Now currently we've managed to destroy the contract between the sexes. We've managed to convince women that somehow being in love with a man and cooking for him and being submissive is the worst thing she can possibly do, that she's a failure. But we did not eliminate her desire for that absolute commitment, that absolute submission, that love and that teamwork to support that community of men. She still has all of those emotions inside of her, all of those needs. And what's evolved is the corporate boyfriend. See, for us men, when we have a job, generally speaking, it's not because we love the job. There's a few exceptions. And as we get older, hopefully we find something we really like doing. Some masculine enterprise that we pursue that's as much art as science. That we feel proud at the end of the day when we come home and I accomplished this today. But certainly when we're younger, we're trading our time for money. We look at jobs as a way to earn money. We might be strategic in which jobs we pursue, what education we pursue, but at the end of the day, a job's just a way for us to make money. The corporate boyfriend is far, far more than that. These women nowadays, they've been chased away from actually loving a man the way they want to love a man, and been told that the career is the ultimate goal, to be an independent woman, to have her own income. And so these corporations, they realized they could get women into their ranks. They realized that, you know, it started in the 1960s, secretaries, HR departments, mostly just affirmative action options to, you know, show that they're a progressive corporation. But what the companies gradually began to realize is that if you treat a woman in the right way, if you create the right system in your corporation, you're going to get the same love and devotion out of a woman that she used to give her husband. And so the modern corporate workplace is the perfect boyfriend. It's the perfect beta male boyfriend. A woman goes to work in the morning, and she gets to dress in her beautiful fancy clothes to show off. And she gets to work, and everybody there is wearing fancy clothes. There's a dress code, and there's all sorts of behavioral standards. She gets all of this satisfaction. She's part of a community. There's the alpha male boss that drives the company, the CEO that inspires everybody. And she gets to be part of this bigger thing. The corporation takes her out on dates, it pays for luncheons, and she gets to feel special, she gets to feel appreciated. For us men, this is hard to understand. When the company takes us out to lunch, we're not hugely impressed. We're there for a paycheck, for our benefits package, not to be made to feel important. That's what video games do for us. You feel important because you've got a 20th level warlock. No, but for women, being taken out on these dates by the corporation gives them that sense of importance. It makes them feel valued. And the result of all of this put together is a woman creates her emotional life out of this corporation. She will dedicate 12 hours a day to this company because it's giving her it's hitting the right emotional buttons for her. It's making her feel like she's part of a tribe, making her feel like she has a husband that she loves and admires, something that she can trust into the future, something that's going to take care of her. And so she gives it all of her energy, all of her devotion, to the expense of her personal life. When the woman gives that sort of devotion to an actual husband, it's anything but at the expense of her personal life. It is what a personal life is all about. It's about being part of a community, about having children, about doing something worthwhile with your life. But when a woman gives that love and devotion to the corporation, which does such a great job mimicking a relationship for her, what does it get her? In the short term, it gets her money. But as many other people have noted, money helps a man get a date. It does not help a woman get a date. It gives her this community of friends, But these are friends that are not going to show up to her funeral. These are not people she's going to know in 20 or 30 years. And yet at the time, it gives her this illusion of success. It fulfills her emotional needs to be accepted, to be valued, to have an important role. Again, going back to the relationship, the healthy relationship, the man is the one that dreams, that has some crazy idea he's trying to bring into the world. And the wife doesn't question the idea as strong as another man would. The fact that she believes in this man, that she loves and admires him, is what causes her to devote all her energy to it. She doesn't analyze it. She emotionally analyzes the man, sees if he's consistent, if he's real, and then devotes herself to him. Other men will analytically break down his idea as to whether or not it's a good investment. She breaks him down emotionally as to whether or not he's a good investment. And so the woman with the corporate boyfriend is not prone to an analytical analysis of where does this get me in 20 years, in 30 years, in 40 years. She doesn't ask, what is this doing to my love life? Do I actually have time to form a real relationship with somebody that's going to stick by me into my old age? Her emotional buttons are all being hit in the exact right way. Again, going back to the way this works for men with the video games, is we go and play this video game and we get all the 100% completion rate. We get to show off the medals of this video game online, and it gives us this artificial sense of accomplishment. It makes it so we don't need to go out and accomplish anything in our real lives, because we fulfilled that need for accomplishment. We built a giant machine in Minecraft. The corporate boyfriend's doing the exact same thing for the woman. It's satisfying every emotional need she has, aside from the sex. But, you know, of course, we have the hookup culture to take care of her at the club every other weekend. The net result is a woman that's emotionally, mentally, slavishly dedicated towards a corporation. The corporation gets to benefit from all of this. It gets this woman that works overtime, that is always available, that will go to these big corporate meetings that they'll always have at a nice hotel, and she'll come back and she'll be teary-eyed talking about how wonderful it was to be part of this tribe, to meet all these other people, and, you know, it's amazing how well everybody's dressed. And she does this for about 20 years. And then she starts to realize how lonely she is. How she never formed any real human bonds with other people. How all of these friends she had, one by one by one by one, started moving on to different companies. Started moving to different parts of the country. And she realized that when she was in her 20s, when she was young and all of these people seemed so friendly and they all were devoted to the same idea, the same big plan that the CEO had laid out, that none of them really were. They were just all employees at a corporation. And she's left, just another atomized individual with so few real relationships, real friendships, real love. Some of them double down and find a new corporation and put all of their energy into that and getting a lawn landscaped and getting cats. But some of them notice just how lonely and bereft they've become. For the men, this is the guy at 35 that realized he wasted his entire life collecting toys, playing video games, pursuing a false sense of accomplishment. For the woman, it's the false sense of emotional intimacy. This phenomenon is so widespread and so manipulative, and women I see again and again falling prey to it. Look out for the corporate boyfriend, ladies. It hits all your right buttons. For the short term, for your 20s, it fulfills every emotional need that you have. You'll feel like you're on top of the world, you'll be able to afford a new purse whenever you want, and you'll have a really nice car. But the corporation isn't going to be there at your funeral. The corporation isn't going to help you raise a family. The corporation views you as nothing but a human resource. Aurini out, folks.